Hi, Kim here of Willow Creek Somatics, and today I was inspired to post this video based on what took place in a Zoom class that I taught this morning. And it was an interesting exploration that we did with our pelvis to notice if our pelvis need recalibrated. Well, what does that even mean? So, come and have a seat and we'll talk about this. Preferably something firm. No, really, go grab something. You'll want to check this out. So this is just my kitchen table wooden bench, and the firmness allows me to get familiar with my sit bones, okay? So think about when you stand, your feet is what you stand on. They stabilize you to stand up. So when you sit down, ideally we want our sit bones to become our feet and have them stabilize us. So what I want you to notice is once you get settled in your seat, don't try to correct things or change anything. Just come into your internal awareness by closing your eyes and just take a beat. Pause, breathe. Notice what it feels like to sit. Is it comfortable or uncomfortable? And then begin to notice your sit bones. So they are the boniest part of the underside of your pelvis that you sit on. And that's why it's ideal to be on a firm surface so you can have a better connection with them. They're not too hard to find once you sit on something firm. So notice as you sit on this firm surface and get familiar with where your sit bones are, can you feel like there's more pressure on one side of the sit bone than the other? So what I mean by that is, are you shifting more weight into the right sit bone and you feel like it's more connected to the surface and the other side is a little less connected? Or it might be different for you than me. You could be on the other side. So just take a lot of awareness into that area and notice. Is there this off balance in the way you're sitting? And it's okay if you can't discern a difference, don't worry. Spend some time with this and try it in different parts of your day. So when you're sitting at a computer, or when you're sitting at a traffic light, or you're sitting to eat dinner. So just begin to notice how you sit and where you feel your weight being placed. Is it on your sit bones? Is it forward of your sit bones, back of your sit bones, or more weight on one? So get a sense of that. So we're going to recalibrate. So I'm just making the assumption as that there's more weight being shifted to one side or forward or backward, and we want to recalibrate to create this balance. So it's just you're more stable and your spine is more upright and properly stacked when you sit. So in our class this morning, we were noticing one lady was shifting to one side, another lady was shifting to another side. I'm like, yeah, I can relate. I've come across this before in my body. So let's recalibrate. So I'm just gonna pick a side, any side. So let's pick the left side. So start to shift your weight into your left side. And this is very subtle. This isn't about, leaning over, okay? This is about shifting the weight into the bottom left side of your pelvis. And it might feel like you've moved a little bit, okay? So notice the weight getting heavier on the left side, and notice how it de-weights the other side. And then you're going to come back to center so that you feel like you're on both of them. And then you're going to shift to the other side. And you're going to de-weight this side here. And then you're just going to shift from side to side. Placing your weight into one sit bone. Notice as you do that how it de-weights the other side. And then you shift, you come right back through neutral, and then you shift to take the pelvis into this angled position or off-kilteredness position. So almost like you're just kind of stepping from side to side, always coming back to neutral. And then finish off one more where you are. And then come back to where you feel is centered, where you feel you're balanced. And did anything shift for you? Do you have a new awareness? If you were shifting your weight favorably into one side, what did that little exploration reveal? And are you both now, are both sides, the weight being equally distributed between both sides? And then let's explore something else. So we're going to start to arch our back and come into green light reflex. And don't worry if you're not really sure what I'm talking about. If you really want to dig in more, get a hold of me and we'll talk. So green light stress reflex is our on-demand muscles that fire down the back line of our body when we have responsibilities and gotta go, go, go. So we're gonna arch our back and stick our tailbone to the space behind us. And we're actually, it's like you're pouring your pubic bone towards your legs. And what that does is it sends you to the front of your sit bones, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. So think of a soldier at attention, but at a seated attention. So letting the belly move forward, letting the back arch. Notice the shoulders go back. Let them move toward one another at the back. So think of the shoulder blades moving in toward one another. And you're sticking your tailbone out. So we've created this, we've created a contracted arch back here. And we've spilled forward into the front of our sit bones, okay? So then notice also your eyes might have went up towards the ceiling. And as a human, we need to move forward in life. It's nice to look up at the sky when you want to pause and give gratitude or just take in the day or stargaze. But really, we need to bring our eyes down so we can see forward. So notice what happens when you're in this arch. Bring the eye line down to look forward, how that brings the chin down and it tightens the front of the neck, okay? So then, let's come out of this. It's so contracted. So release out, and notice your sit bones. So you're moving from being ahead of them to now coming back onto the center of them. Okay, so let's try that again. This time let's breathe into this. So inhale, send the belly forward, send the tailbone back, send the shoulders back, and notice if the chin comes down towards the chest so you can look directly ahead. Notice what's happening back there. The back tightens, it contracts. And we've spilt the pelvis. We've got the pelvis moving into a tilt. So it takes that out of alignment in that position. If you are hanging out in that position for too long, not too optimal. Okay, so let's bring this back to center. And then we're going to do that one more time. So this is a great way if you had a go day. Great way to turn those muscles off at the back that are turned on. Okay? So inhale, send the belly forward, tailbone back, shoulders back, gaze forward. Notice what's tightened in response to come into this position, especially the low back. We're pendiculating our muscles back there. So that is contracting them. Contracting those muscles that are a little tighter than they already are. And then letting this to be a slow, controlled release. Think of you just put a chunk of butter in the pan and it's melting. So you're melting out of the back being contracted. And you're coming back to sitting equally on your sit bones. So then let's take it the other way. So we're going to sink the belly in and we're going to round the back. We're going to flatten the low back curve. And when we go to flatten that low back curve, it ends up rounding the body. So we're taking our spine into flexion. We just took it into extension. Now we're taking it into flexion. So notice what happens. I like to describe it as, think of a slow motion punch in the gut and you go, oh, but you're doing it in slow motion. So let the belly sink in. Notice the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, all, go to round forward to protect your vitals here, okay? So here we are, short at the front, lengthened at the back. Now we're pendiculating the muscles at the front of the body. But notice where the head goes. It went down. Well, you might have a day where you're at the computer, so your head needs to come up and look forward so you can see your computer monitor. All right, now let's come out of this stooped over position. It's hard to breathe in it, isn't it? So release. You start to soften your belly. Let the ribs expand out. Let the chest begin to soften. And let the shoulders, arms relax. And let the head just come back into neutral. And notice where you landed on your sit bones. Okay. Now we'll go into it again and we'll notice what happens to the sit bones. Take a breath in to get ready. And on your exhale, slow motion, sink the belly. Flatten the low back curve. Round the shoulders forward. So now you might find that you're sitting behind the sit bones. Head comes down. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And then look forward. Very tight. Very limited space to breathe. So this is what goes on underneath our skin when we're in those folded over positions and in different tasks in our life. So release out of that because we don't want to be stuck in what's called red light reflex. Again, you want to know more about this stuff, give me a call. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, round forward. Gut goes in. It starts to tighten. The ribs go down. The chest goes down. Arms, shoulders, round in. Look forward. So now we're pinching off the back of the neck. This is the computer slump. No wonder we get sore here. Come on out of that. Breathe your way out of it and just feel your vertebrae of your spine just stacking one at a time back into a nice, healthy column. And notice where your sit bones are. Notice if your sinking your weight into one side or the other? Are you sitting forward? Are you sitting back of them? Did anything shift for you here? It's a really cool exploration. So what a great interrupted break. You could do that throughout your day, especially if you're doing a lot of sitting, okay? And it's also a great way to check in and see if your pelvis needs recalibrated, because when it's off kilter, it's going to take your spine off kilter, not only on the side, but it's also going to take you into a bit of a twist, okay? So I've explored or maybe exaggerated this a little bit more so it's highlighted, you can see it, but imagine those things underneath your skin, okay? So, do you have tension, low back pain, neck, shoulder, hip pain, anything like that? Anything? So it's these little things that can have an impact on your body. And if it's long-standing, pain starts to mount, tension starts to mount, and then boom, you start to get louder messages, something that you feel like you can't control anymore and have to go to someone to fix you. Well, I've got to tell you that we have the power to fix ourselves. And over here in somatic teaching land, I have some great tools to share. So get on a call with me if you want to learn more. I offer free calls, and it's a great way to connect and learn about something that's possible for you, right? This is a time where we are really learning how to become more self-sufficient because of our current reality with the pandemic, and we really need to rely on ourselves and become more self-sufficient. And that's what I love about, one of the many things I love about this work, is it puts you back in the driver's seat of your own body so that you can become more self-sufficient. So it's these little things, right? And that's just, I'm just scratching the surface here. So, want to learn more? Give me a call. Maybe we can work together one-on-one, all through Zoom right now until we get the word that we can start bringing people back in. And yeah, so give me a call and we'll chat further about it. Tell me, you gotta be a little curious, right? So if you are of that mindset that, oh my gosh, this is going on with my body, what can I do about it? Somatics is something for you to consider. Okay, I'm here for you. Have a great day, enjoy that exploration, and if it doesn't go any further, just explore it, and also tell me what you found. I would love to hear. And yeah, I would love to hear. And sharing is caring. So if this doesn't resonate for you, it might resonate with somebody else in your life. So share this video. Okay, awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Happy exploring and happy pendiculating.